Hi all, Brad right here from the Single Malt Whiskey Club. Happy New Year, welcome back to a new year of whiskey. We are really excited to get going this year. We have got our new membership system, our new logo, new website. We are off and running right as we speak. So let's go. First whiskey off the rank this year, the Milton Duff 10-year-old from Gordon and MacPhail's Discovery range. The Milton Duff Distillery sits about 6.5 miles southeast of Elgin in Scotland. It's said to be situated on the site of the Pluscarden Abbey's old meal mill. So Pluscarden Abbey sits about 2 miles away from the distillery. Where its meal mill used to be, that is where the Milton Duff Distillery sits today. It's even got a couple of blocks from the original abbey there displayed in honour of where it sits. It had started off as an illicit distillery called Milton, but in 1823 the Excise Act was passed in England and it legitimised the single malt whisky industry. And in 1824, Robert Bain and Andrew Peary established Milton Duff as a legitimate concern, all registered, excised up and ready to go. So the name came from Milton, the old name of the distillery, and combined with Duff, the name of the farmers who owned the land that it was built on. Interestingly, the Milton Duff Distillery has been associated with two brands. It's produced two. It's produced its Milton Duff, which has been its non-peated brand, but it's also produced a peated whiskey called Mostowie. Even more interestingly, there were no official distillery bottlings of Mostowie ever. They were all bottled by independent distillers because the majority of the Mostowie went into a blended whiskey. That's what it was set up to produce for. So only a very small percentage of the Mostowie went into as a single malt, and that was done by independents. The Mostowie stills are now silent, so no more Mostowie. There is still Milton Duff, but once again, interestingly, the majority of the whiskey that comes out of the Milton Duff Distillery goes straight into a blend called Ballantine's. You've probably heard of it. In fact, I know you've heard of it. So the backbone of Ballantine's is Milton Duff. So there's not much left to go out as single malt whiskey. A lot of that is grabbed by independent bottlers such as our old friends Gordon and MacPhail. They have almost an unofficial permanent relationship, I guess, with Milton Duff. They've released quite a few 15-year-olds and stuff from Milton Duff. So and this one no different. So let's get on with it. I got this a couple of weeks ago during the Christmas break. I can't lie. I've had a few. It's bloody nice. So let's pour it out. Now, this is part of the Gordon MacPhail's Discovery range under their sherry heading, if you like, the subheading of sherry. So it's a it's no real surprise. It's a big sherried whiskey. You know, there's that colour that we look for in sherry. Beautiful, beautiful, deep golden colour. So let's go. It's on the nose, straight away I get that Weet-Bix and jam sandwich you used to make yourself when you got home from school. Weet-Bix slab of butter and, you know, throw on strawberry jam or apricot jam. That's the sort of smell I get straight away. There's a lot of fruitiness, but there's also, that fruitiness is also balanced by some sort of an earthy tone or a grassiness to it on the nose. But it's really delightful, quite sweet. That Werther's caramel sort of coming through as well. So yeah, it's not really oily, but straight away it does coat the mouth. There's a mild spice all over the mouth straight away, and then we get honey. I get a bit of honey. There's that plum pudding and stewed fruit that you'd associate with a sherry matured whiskey, but then also there's a lot of florals. There's oranges, even get wafts of jasmine coming through there, and that earthiness in the nose continues through and really balances out that sweetness. I don't know if it's an earthiness or a grassiness, but whatever it is, it's very bloody nice. And the finish, long, spicy, chewy. It's not sweet, but as it progresses, you just get sort of a spicy, savoury note over the end. Yum. But then, yeah, a bit of sweetness, almost like a sweet pork you'd find in Asian sort of street stalls. It's delicious. that is that sweet book. Anyway, that's this month's whiskey. Milton Duff 10-year-old from Gordon and MacPhail's Discovery range. I hope you like it. It's really bloody good. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in February for our next big whiskey. It's quite a bombshell. Stay tuned. It's going to be huge. Brad Wright, Single Malt Whiskey Club, Sanjeevar.